Did I look a little bit silly? I might have, because you couldn't hear what I was doing. I was actually using my body to act out something that was happening. I didn't use any words, I just used my body. I was actually miming. Yes, that's right. Have you ever heard of that word before? Miming is acting out a story using your body emotions and no speech. Could you tell what I was acting out just then? The story I was telling you was that I was trying to teach my new doggy how to bring the ball back and how to come back to me. So I'm using my arms and my hands, showing you that I was trying to say, come here, dog, come here, come here. And then I reached in my pocket, and do you know what I grabbed? The first time I grabbed a ball. And what did I do with that ball? Yes, I threw it, hoping that he would fetch it. And I'm calling and calling for my dog to come back. Come back, doggy, come back. And I did this. What do you think I was feeling when I did that? I was trying to show you that I was frustrated and a little bit angry because he wasn't coming back to me. And then I reached into my pocket again and I actually found a treat. And of course, I called for my doggy, and once he noticed that I had a treat in my hand, he came to me and my body showed that I was happy. And then I picked him up and gave him a pat. So, you might want to watch that scene again. I'll pop it on again for you now, and it might be a bit more clear now that I've explained it. Now, do you know there was a very famous man from France, and his name was Marcel Marceau, and he was one of the most famous mimes in the whole wide world. He was so clever at entertaining, but just by using his body and no sound at all. And it was so interesting and fun to watch. Check out these. In this scene, Marcel Marceau is miming ice skating for the first time. Now you'll notice that Marcel Marceau has a painted face. His face is painted white. And this is what traditional mimes would do. The reason they would paint their face white was to help the audience be able to see them from very far away. And they would sometimes draw designs on their face to help bring the character to life and express how they're feeling without words. What did you think? Pretty amazing, right? Yeah. There are 5 things to remember when performing a mime. 1, your face has to have really big expressions so that people can understand what you're doing. Number 2, big clear actions. And number 3, like a narrative, a story, it has to have a beginning, a middle and an end when you perform your mime. And number 4 is directing action to the audience. So you're performing to the audience and involving them. And in number 5, finally, we know there is no talking during a mime. So we're going to be doing some really fun exercises today based around miming. You'll love it, so much fun. Should we get started? Yeah? Come on! Okay, I'm going to start by giving you a scenario. You've got to tell me through your body that you are really busting to go to the toilet. What does your body do when you're really trying to hold in a pee? What does your face do? What do your legs do? Let's stand up and try and do that. much fun was that? Did you notice that I was trying so hard to hold it in? My legs were squishing together. My mouth was clenching. Could you tell just by looking at me that I was busting to go to the toilet? Yeah. How did you go? Was that fun? Okay, the next challenge. I want you to now think about this. You're going for a walk. It's a very nice, beautiful day. And you're walking very calmly. You're happy. You've got a smile on your face. You're so happy. And then all of a sudden, these rocks start falling behind you and chasing you. What do? How do you react? What does your body do? Should we give that a trial? Okay, let's go. Standing up. Remember, no talking. Just use your face and your body to show the people that are watching what you're doing and see if they can guess. Okay, let's go. Oh, that was a fun one. I love doing that one. I was actually using my imagination to help me think about what my body would do in that story. Wow. Now let's try another one. Are we ready? We are going to imagine that we are sitting down in a restaurant. So let's go. Let's sit down. I'll sit down with you soon. Okay. Oh, and the waiter brings over our food, and then we see our food. And it looks delicious. So we get a fork and we take a bite. And then you notice that it's not what you thought it would taste like. In fact, it's quite yucky. So then you're trying to get the flavour out of your mouth. You get some water. Pour some water in a glass. Oh. Oh no! Does that make the flavour go away? No. So I might grab a piece of bread. It's kind of working. Oh. Do you want to give that a go now? Should we act it out without me explaining it this time? Okay, let's give it a go. Okay, I'm going to do another one this time, and I want to see if you can guess what I'm doing. And then I want you to have a go yourself. Okay? Here we go. Did you guess what I was doing there? Yes, I was blowing up a balloon and I blew it up too big that it popped in my face. Why don't you give that a go with me now? Okay? Remember, no talking. Okay, here's the last one. I'm going to explain what it is and you're going to practice and then we're going to do it together. So you have just received an envelope, and in that envelope is something so special. It is actually a prize. It is a very brand new bike, or it might be, if you love skateboards more, it might be a skateboard, or it might be a scooter. It's the best thing that you could ever want, your most favorite toy that you're wanting at the moment. And you are so excited to have received this prize. It tells you you have won your favorite toy. How are you going to react? What is your body and face going to do when you find out this news? And so let's do it together. Get the envelope. What could it be? I'm doing this. I'm thinking, what could it be? We open the envelope, take out the card, and we notice straight away it's got a big winner on it. You have won your own choice of toy from the best toy store in the world.
Congratulations, you've won.
What would you do? Oh my God, I would jump up and down.
Jump around. Jump around. Jump around.
Yes. And I'd tell my mum, Mum.
Hey, Mom!
Show that. Okay, so now that you know what we're going to do, let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, go. Well done, everybody. So you might want to have a practice at doing the same scene 2 or 3 times until you feel really comfortable doing it before you perform to your mum or dad or brother or sister, whoever your audience is. What a great warm-up that was. Fantabulous. Let's get on to our activity for the day.
It's time for our next activity!
Okay, today we are going to make our own storybook. And no, it's not through drawing. It's actually using our toys or things around the house. And you need to have a camera. So you might want to ask mum or dad to take the photos for you, or you might have an iPad that you could take the photos yourself. But just make sure you ask before you take the photos so we know it's okay. Yeah. Today we are going to make up our own narratives. A narrative is another word for story. And we're going to tell our story by taking photos of different scenes. And we're going to use our toys to help us with that. Now, when we're writing a narrative, a story, there are 3 parts. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. In the beginning, we talk about the characters, who is in our story, and where does it take place. So you're going to have to think about what toys that you want to be in your story. So I have grabbed Spider-Man, Supergirl, a dragon, a monster truck, and I've chosen some couple of little things to include in my story, a diamond, and I've also got a really cool green mountain to help me with my setting. And I can't forget this really cool big golden trophy. Now for the first part of our story, we have to include the characters and the setting. So I have chosen my characters, and now it's time to think about my setting. So what I've done is I have decided to draw a setting. I have got a volcano in a beautiful tropical rainforest. Now that I've drawn that, I'm sticking it onto a wall. And this way I can set up my props and all of my characters in front of this scene. just like when you play with your toys and you pretend to make them talk, I want you to set up your toys in a way that tell a story. So I've started with my first scene. So I continue to go on and move my toys to create a different scene. And then of course I take a photo. So this is how I'm telling my story, through different scenes on photos. Okay, so I have set up my next scene for the middle part of my story. And the middle part of your story is the problem of the story. What is going to happen in your story? And then I finally do the end of my story. The end of your story is how we fix the problem. How does your story end? So I'm just going to do this last scene and then take the last photo. Okay, I've finished my story. And now it's time for me to show you all of the photos that I've taken and tell you my story.
Kieran, I got something to show you. My adventure book.
Once upon a time, there was a very brave and courageous pair of superheroes. There was Spider-Man and there was Supergirl. And together they lived on a beautiful tropical island. The tropical island they lived on was called Volcano Island. Of course, because it had a volcano that was bubbling and ready to erupt any time. The island was filled with beautiful green hills and also had lots of dragons living on it. One day when Supergirl and Spider-Man were just having a chat, their friend Digby the dragon quickly flew and landed on the mountain above them to tell them that they had to be careful. Digby the dragon had told Supergirl and Spider-Man that he had overheard that Bowser the monster truck was going to try and take the magic diamond which was hiding in the cave. Now, this beautiful magical diamond had been on Volcano Island for many, many years. It was very valuable and precious. Supergirl and Spider-Man told Digby the dragon not to worry. Together, they were going to stop Bowser the monster truck. Spider-Man and Supergirl had arranged a very clever plan with Digby the dragon. They were going to trick Bowser the monster truck and make him come over and visit them outside the cave where the crystal was. And when he arrived, they were going to get Digby the dragon to quickly fly by and grab him and take him away. And that's exactly what happened. And they were so happy. In fact, they were so happy with Digby the dragon being so brave and courageous that they awarded him with a trophy. So the magical crystal was safe and everybody was happy. Once you've got the photos of your story, you can actually change the story. And you can actually get other people to try and tell the story just by looking at the pictures. And you can see how your stories can be different. Even though they're the same picture, everyone's imagination works differently and the story could be different. Pretty cool, yeah? Okay, so you can get your mum or dad to print the pictures for you and stick them in a book, and you could even write the story, or you could just use your words to tell the story when you're looking at the pictures. Or you don't even have to print them out. You can even just leave them on your iPad and tell people your story just by flicking through the pictures. A really fun way. Okay. Have the best time. Thanks so much for joining me. I will see you next time. And mums and dads, don't forget to follow Fun with Jiv on Instagram, because every day I post a different activity for you to do with the kids. Thanks for joining me. Practice your miming. And I'll see you next week. Bye.